कि मैं पार्लियामेंट में बोलना चाहता हूं, अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं। सरकार के शायद चार मंत्रियों ने मेरे ऊपर आरोप लगाया है, हाउस में आरोप लगाया है, तो मेरा हक है कि मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में अपनी बात रखनी देनी चाहिए। क्लैरिटी नहीं है, मगर मुझे नहीं लगता है कि मुझे बोलने देंगे। मैं होपफुल हूं कि कल मुझे बोलने दें। आज 1 मिनट के अंदर, मेरे आने के बाद 1 मिनट के अंदर उन्होंने हाउस को अडजर्न कर दिया। होपफुल हूं कि शायद कल मुझे बोलने दें, क्योंकि मैं अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं, मगर पक्का नहीं मालूम। आइडिया ये है कि जो मैंने भाषण कुछ दिन पहले पार्लियामेंट हाउस में दिया अदानी जी के बारे में, और जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अदानी जी का रिश्ता है उसके बारे में मैंने सवाल पूछे, उस भाषण को पार्लियामेंट हाउस में पूरा एक्सपंज कर दिया गया। और उस भाषण में ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं थी जो पब्लिक रिकॉर्ड से मैंने नहीं निकाली। अखबारों से, लोगों की स्टेटमेंट से मैंने पूरा भाषण डेवलप किया था और उसको एक्सपंज कर दिया गया। ये पूरा मामला डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने का मामला है। सरकार और प्रधानमंत्री जो अदानी जी का मुद्दा है उससे डरे हुए हैं, और इसीलिए उन्होंने ये पूरा तमाशा प्रिपेयर किया है। और मुझे लगता है कि वो मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में नहीं बोलने देंगे, क्योंकि जो मेन सवाल है वो अभी भी टेबल पे है। अदानी जी और प्रधानमंत्री का रिश्ता क्या है? जो डिफेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स अदानी जी को दिए जा रहे हैं वो क्यों दिए जा रहे हैं? जो श्रीलंका में, बांग्लादेश में बात हुई है वो क्यों हुई, किसने की? ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जो प्रधानमंत्री जी और स्टेट बैंक के चेयरमैन और अदानी जी के साथ जो मीटिंग हुई वो क्यों हुई, उसमें क्या डिस्कस हुआ? तो ये सब सवाल हैं जो प्रधानमंत्री जिसके जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, और ये मेन बात है। मैं एमपी हूं, तो मेरी पहली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पार्लियामेंट में जवाब देने की है, और मैं चाहता हूं कि पार्लियामेंट में जवाब देने के बाद मैं आपके साथ डिटेल में डिस्कशन करूं। मगर उससे पहले मैं डिटेल में आपके साथ नहीं जाना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि वो एज एन एमपी वो हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है। आई विल से इट इन इंग्लिश। I went to Parliament this morning with the idea of putting what I have said or what I feel on the floor of the House. 4 ministers have raised allegations against me in Parliament House. It is my right to be allowed to speak on the floor of the House. I requested the Speaker today. I went to his chambers and I requested him, and I said, look, I would very much like to speak. I told him that people from the BJP have made allegations against me, and as a member of parliament, it is my right to speak. He was non-committal. In his way, he smiled. But I'm hopeful that I will be allowed to speak tomorrow. What is going on here? This story started the day I gave my speech in Parliament about Mr. Adani. And I asked some fundamental questions to the Prime Minister about his relationship with the businessman, about how Mr. Adani has been given pretty much the entire India-Israel defense relationship, how he's been given the Bombay airport, other airports, how rules have been changed to allow him to be given these things. What happened in Australia between the Prime Minister, Mr. Adani, and the Chairman of the State Bank, and one of the Chief Ministers of one of the states in Australia. That's a picture that is visible to everybody. Why is the Prime Minister of India sitting with the State Bank Chairman and Mr. Adani and an Australian leader. What is he discussing, and why, after that discussion, is almost $1 billion pledged by the State Bank to Mr. Adani? What was said in Sri Lanka? Why Mr. Rajapaksa, a person has made a statement saying Mr. Rajapaksa told him that Mr. Adani was given the contract, and it was basically Mr. Modi who told him. The same in Bangladesh. So these are relevant questions. And the whole idea is that these questions must not be on the table. And that is why this whole exercise of 4 or 5 ministers, the Prime Minister giving a speech, to distract from this fundamental question, which is what is the relationship between the Prime Minister of India and Mr. Adani and his companies, and more importantly, whose money is in these shell companies? Who is this unknown person whose money is in these shell companies? What is his relationship with Mr. Adani? These are the questions. I would like to go into the details with you. Unfortunately, I'm a member of Parliament, and I'm hopeful that I will be allowed to speak in Parliament. So I would like to first place my statement on the floor of the House, and then after that I'll be happy to have whatever discussion you want with me.
Unfortunately, I'm a member of Parliament. You can make a joke saying that unfortunately for you, but unfortunately for Eight minute, please.
See, I want to make it clear. Unfortunately for you, I'm a member of Parliament, and as the allegation has been made in Parliament by 4 ministers, it is my right to have the opportunity. It's my democratic right. So if Indian democracy was functioning, I would be able to say my piece in Parliament. So,
please, let me finish.
So actually what you are seeing is a test of Indian democracy. After 4 leaders of the BJP have made an allegation about a member of Parliament, is that member of Parliament going to be given the same space that those 4 ministers have been given, or is he going to be told to shut up? That's what the real question in front of this country is right now. So,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've just heard a very, very brief statement coming in from Rahul Gandhi, where he continues to reiterate much of what you've heard from him, both here in the Parliament and later in the US and the UK. He, remember, is not willing to apologize. He says that he continues to, in fact, ask questions of the Prime Minister. He says, my speech in the Lok Sabha was expunged, clearly putting out half-truth about that. He says, 4 mantris attacked me and it is my right to answer. And he did not even take any questions. I think at the end of this, he said that this is a test for Indian democracy. The way this entire case is handled, he says, my right to be allowed to speak in Parliament. He again and again, remember, is alleging that he hasn't been allowed to speak. He reiterates that his comment, in fact, his entire speech, he alleges, has been expunged. Clearly, again, viewers, that is the half-truth, because you have seen how the entire issue had panned out in the Parliament, and there were certain portions, remember, only certain portions of Rahul Gandhi's speech that was not backed by facts, that was expunged by the chair. Something, again, that we have seen very often. But Rahul Gandhi did not take any questions. Does this really satisfy, the demand that the government has made? The BJP in particular has been saying that Rahul Gandhi needs to apologize. So he continues to be adamant. He says that I've done nothing wrong. I've said nothing wrong, Aishwarya. Help us understand what happens from here on and what possibly could be the first response from the government. You know, you've heard reactions coming in from the BJP, from the union ministers, again and again reiterating that what Rahul has done is unacceptable, Aishwarya.
Well, that's right, Deepthi, but at this point of time, the last allegation and the most important one in his press conference that he went to the chambers of the Speaker and asked the time to speak. He is not a first-time MP. He does not understand the process of the House. The process of the House is that you have to give a notice, and post the notice being accepted by the chair, then the process follows. It is not on a one-on-one basis. The problem is that the Gandhis feel that they have privilege over every system, that they can boycott and they can overrule every every rule in the book and every system, because that is what has been happening in the Congress party or in the Congress regime. But the process is that any MP, irrespective of the hierarchy apart from the Prime Minister, if he or she wants to speak, wants to raise an issue, they have to give a notice. Apart from the Leader of the House, that is the Prime Minister in Lok Sabha, every other MP. It's just not you go and meet the Speaker just because you're Rahul Gandhi. You will be given a chance and time there and then, Deepti. So the process has to be followed. And that is something which Rahul Gandhi, and for that matter, the Congress party has completely forgotten. Otherwise, the Congress party, rather than pushing this issue, would have forced Rahul Gandhi to apologize. But on the contrary, they say that no, whatever has been said by Rahul Gandhi is absolutely correct. So the issue is, first, Parliament runs according to the rule book, and the rule book clearly suggests that any member of Parliament, irrespective whether you have the last name of a Gandhi or not, you have to follow the rules. So that settles that allegation of Rahul Gandhi in the press conference that he went to the Lok Sabha Speaker's chamber, Honorable Mr. Om Birla, and then he sought a time and he was not given. The process has to be followed, and no one, not even the Speaker, even if Rahul Gandhi alleges that X or Y person has a personal animosity against him, they cannot stop a member of Parliament. They have to follow the process. Deepti.